Like, are they championship essential point? Dead.
The rare sight of Luke doing some work. Luke hires other people to do his work for him.
I figure if I treat it nice, it will treat me nice.
Oh yeah, sure.
This is the key to the win.
Well, washing
what I've
here.
been neglecting. Don't worry about like engines and stuff, just make sure it's clean.
The next day.
Tom face says it all. Oh yeah, just spat a rock off the gasket out.
Luke's sticker, take one.
It's always one take. Off I go. We are at, I don't know where to put my hands. We're at Donnington Park. It's round 6 of time attack. We've not had as much time as I'd have liked and not done things that I'd have liked to do to the car. So it's still got the same engine in as last time, where in the last round we made peak 0.9 bar of boost, so not good. We actually found that out to be a crack in the manifold. I'm sure we'll have some pictures of that. Unfortunately, where it cracked was on the flange itself that mounts to the turbo. So you can't even weld it on the outside because that will get in the way of the V-band. So Darren at GSP has done a repair on it for us, which we're going to use as a temporary backup manifold, because he also made for us a brand new one with a billet collector. So no more potential for those kind of issues. So race car spec now, which it deserves. It deserves. So we've got the new manifold, which he made for us just in time. I picked it up on Thursday. Today's Saturday. Also, in what's happened in the meantime is we sent the wastegate to Turbo Smart because we've been having some weird pressurizing issues on the coolant system that again featured last round and quite often in the round before as well. We couldn't find what it would cause it, and we sort of had a hint that it may be that. So we sent the wastegate to them. They said there is an issue with it actually, and it needs some machine work and a couple of parts replacing. And then they offered to get on board as a sponsor for us for the rest of the season. So Turbo Smart kindly offered us a brand new Hypergate 45 to replace our old one. And yeah, we just over the moon really. So thank you again, Turbo Smart. We'll be running you guys your decals for the whole season. We've used their products for years anyway, so to have someone get on board with us is yeah, pretty cool. So basically those parts came and we got the car dropped off or started to do the work on Friday night. And Midnight Motorsport worked all the way through the night to get the manifold changed, the turbo refitted, the wastegate fitted, the modification to the turbo brace, the head studs replaced, head gasket, check over all of that side of things to confirm we weren't lifting. Everything we could possibly do has been done. Power steering, pump replaced, and loom, which obviously were causing me big issues in the last round. So yeah, I'm looking forward to a completely untested drive first thing tomorrow morning. So I have no idea if it's all fixed, but fingers crossed and should be right. So if it all works, we're just going full send. Again, limited engine, so 450 max on this one. But yeah, it's a fast track, so pretty wide, 1 point something miles. We should be aiming for sort of low one somethings. I mean, Luke and Dave have done 114s, so 114s, 113s is where we need to be, and we'll just do our best in the morning. So yeah, probably some clips of what's been going on, but I will see you bright and early for round one. Round one, warm up. Round 6, it's late, it's late. So it is round 6 now, time attack. We're at Donnington Park. I don't know how much I'm going to repeat myself from what I said last night, but we just done scrutineering, everything was fine with the car. Looks all good this morning. Just going to get the cameras mounted up and hope it works. Like I said, new manifold, new wastegate, couple of tweaks, still got the other engine, so 450 max, 1.8 bar max. But hopefully it all works as it should, and we can get out in practice and warm up this morning and basically just see what the car can do, because it's been a couple of years since I've been here. We haven't really gone quick here, so let's go fast. Here they go. All noise.
Oh, where's yours?
white smoke. The engine.
Relief.
I think that's game over. I think engine just went pop. Lifted the oil. Wait a bit.
Yeah, wait a bit, let it cool down.
My coolant's off the chain. It was like 120, but my engine like cut out. I had to just bring it in. I just coasted it in. Genuinely, I came out of that through the chicane, cut, and I just neutral and just coasted it the whole way in straight to the garage.
A grey one and a yellow one.
Yeah.
What, they're different open pressures? I could only find...
Honestly, top man, thank you very much. It's all your help. He's buddy, catch you later. Yeah, he's sorted it out. He's got one of his mates. So we've made it back in from warm up. We got some positives to take away. Car made 1.7, 1.8 bar, which is where it wants to be. So we had some power back. Still not all of it, but we had some. Couple of things that highlighted themselves. I noticed pretty early. I think it's just the difference in the suspension and the fact that the bearings are gone in the top mount. It's kind of skipping a bit when I'm loading it up mid-corner. So I go into the corner, I can only describe it as twitchiness. Not the rear end, but the front end moves a little bit, which is a bit disconcerting when you're coming through sort of old hairpin, you know, red gate. Quite a few corners here, to be honest with you. But when you know it's there, you can leave a little bit of room on the track and you can drive around it. It means it looks like I'm seesawing a lot because I'm constantly feeling for the steering and correcting, but we can drive around that. We had boost cut a few times. Now, this engine has protection on it because it's weak. If it sees any kind of overboost, it's cutting. So we think that's what it is. We've had some other things to look at, so I haven't sent any logs over yet, but I am going to ask Ash to have a quick look over on his lunch. Just see if he notices anything on the logs that sort of stands out to him. Car held its coolant, which is good. It still got a little bit hot, still went up to like 100, but it's the first time the coolant had got properly up to temperature. It's the first time the new manifold and wastegate have been driven on, so everything seems fine. But the problem we had was, noticed a little bit of white smoke coming out from the bonnet. And then I noticed a lot of white smoke coming out from the bonnet, out the back of the car. I looked to check that we're not dropping fluid, no line, no black marks behind the car, so that's good. But the amount of white smoke, I literally just turned it off when we came through the hairpin and coasted it back into the track. I thought the engine had gone pop. However, the oil cap, which is the first time this has ever happened, has distorted. And where it's distorted, it allowed itself to sort of lift up at the back and it blew oil everywhere. And obviously this engine seems to be breathing a bit heavy. It's part of the reason that this engine is coming out for the next round. But yeah, I thought it was game over. We've cleaned it all up. We can't find any holes anywhere. It's holding oil. The cap seems to be the issue. So a chap that I will tag next time I do an update video bought us 2 spare oil caps. So we've just put another one on it. So yeah, hopefully the new oil cap resolves our problem. We're just gonna have to monitor it and nurse it through the day because we're here, we have to make the most of it. And fingers crossed, it just goes to the final and we can actually set a lap time. Fingers crossed.
Still mic'd up, so you can talk.
Oh, am I? Oh, okay. I'm just giving it a good clean, mate. Just giving it a good spray down. Trying to...
Actual work.
Yeah, trying to do some actual work. Trying to make sure it doesn't smoke like a mother when I drive it. It's gonna smoke. There's oil everywhere.
Sean Pale. car's dead. So Elliot here, who is our camera guy and Luke's friend, is driving me home to our house to get my car to hopefully enter into time attack. So I'll report back in about 2 hours and 15 minutes, which is how long we've got to get from Donnington to Kempston and then back again.
2 hours later.
There'll be another yellow one in my bag.
Pick your bag.
Pick your bag. Pick a bag.
Which bag?
Yeah, I've got a cloth here. Do we?
Like, are they championship essential points? Because obviously you want a lot of effort.
And Lucas.
So we came back in from warm up this morning, and I mean, well, let's start with warm up. let's talk about the whole session. I took the car out, not driven it since Alton Park last round. My foot down when we got out, power. I mean, not all the power, but power. Amazing. So, great. I'm literally seeing 1.8 bar, 1.7 bar of boost. I'm thinking that's sorted, sweet. Car, very twitchy. We didn't look at the geometry. We assumed it was still okay. But, yeah, very twitchy. Wasn't actually sure if it was the track, because someone else mentioned they found it quite twitchy as well. But, yeah, really difficult to keep the car going in the direction I want. Not that the rear was loose, but the front would sort of skip around a bit. So that was the first challenge and difficulty of the session, but pushed through. Then we had some ignition cut. So basically it cuts your power and it drops out. Again, it will all be in the video. So it can be a number of things. It's engine protection. In likelihood is overboost, because we turned off overboost. We turned on overboost protection. Anything over 1.8 bar, ignition cut, which is what it was. So the idea is to protect the engine and stop it from, doing what's happened, but unfortunately it just let go. Cylinder free, it seems like the piston rings failed basically, and all of that pressure just went slip past the rings. So much pressure into the head that it blew the oil cap off, put oil all over the engine bay, actually blew the rocker cover gasket out the back of the engine, which I've never seen happen before, and basically fucked it. So white smoke everywhere. I'm like panicking in the car, hoping that I wasn't leaving oil on the tracks. I'm watching the mirrors, shit. And luckily I wasn't, it wasn't dropping it. So I was like, right, get it back to the pits. I don't know if I turned it off or if the car cut out as I came through the chicane. But either way, I coasted into the pits. Then we looked at it. So this is when we then opened it up. We were having a look at the engine. Seemed to be the cap had deformed, which it had, but because it had been pushed up and then out. Anyway, basically further investigation, a lot more time on it after we spent ages sourcing a new cap and this and that. And then we took their rocker cover off, bore scope, cylinder free's gone. So yeah, unfortunately, engine kaput. And that is essentially what happened in warm-up this morning and ended our day. So this is the end to yet another frustrating day for us. We haven't even made it into quali or the final, despite our best efforts. When we realised, I probably didn't film a lot of it because it was all going on, that my engine did let go at the end of qualifying, and P3, is it practice? Oh no, it was warm up. It was warm up. Yeah, no, that's fine. So yeah, in the end of warm up, engine let go. Obviously, it'll be in the video, and we thought it was just the oil cap and the rocker cover gasket, but on investigation, yeah, it was worse. So, I mean, it is what it is. We'd hoped we'd lasted the round. It didn't happen. By the time we worked out what the problem was, it was qualifying. So there was little we could do. We got permission to change the vehicle. So my partner went home, got her car over an hour away, drove back. We were literally putting all the stickers on the car when we got told we're just too late. We're not going to have time to pass scrutineering and then get out and do the 3 laps that we need to in qualifying to actually be allowed to compete in the final. It's a real shame because the times that were being done today I feel like we might have been able to get on a podium maybe in the final. In this, I think we'd have been all right, but even in that, so it is what it is. I'm going to have to obviously lose this round or lose the points if I can. We're just going to have to focus on what was always the plan, which is get this engine out and get my one back in it, get the power back up. We've got a refreshed gearbox going back in it, and just a couple other bits and bobs, and then it's all basically back to 100%. So that's the plan, is we've got 3 weeks, get it all back, as we planned on doing anyway, and then we'll be out for Brands Hatch, and we're coming for those 50s. I tell you, this car's going to get driven hard when I get it back, because it's just been one thing after another recently. I mean, this is just unfortunate today. This engine could have let go in the last round, but because we couldn't make any power, it didn't. So it's just unfortunate the way things have worked out. But thanks to everyone that helped me try and get stickers on, and all the competitors that signed all the forms to say we could switch cars. That's, you know, very noble of you all. It looks like a few of us have been having issues this round. I'm not the only one, so I'm not going to sit here playing my violin. But I'm going to take the record or join Andy now for my 4th engine swap of the season, hopefully the last one. And yeah, fingers crossed we just come back for Brands Hatch and then the final strong. The championship's still on the table. We drop back to 2nd place now, but there's possibility to come back to 1st if we can pull it out of the bag on the next 2. So yeah, not ideal, but you just get on with it. So yeah, maybe like, share, subscribe, help. See you in the next one.